Hi, I'm glad you're here today. My name is Richard Mcdowell. I'm a counseling intern with Walden University. Thank you for taking the time to meet me today. Before we
Thank
begin, I want to let you know that everything we discuss is confidential, with exception for with a few things, exceptions for safety. I'll explain more about that in a moment. But first, how are you feeling today for coming in? How are you feeling today coming in this session?
I feel extremely well. A little uneasy. This is kind of like my first time ever doing therapy, so I don't know what to expect. I did have a lot of anxieties, and hopefully we could get down to the reason why I'm here, and hopefully you could help me out because I really am seeking therapy to become a better version of myself.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. Since this is our first session, we'll spend some time getting to know each other and talking about what's going on in your life and what brought you here. We can also explore what you're hoping to get out of counseling. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, sounds very good. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Uh, Continue.
Yes, so you do you want me to start with the reason why I'm here for therapy or
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so the reason is number one is I've been with my girlfriend for about, I don't know, 10, 11 years or so, heading on 11.
Yeah.
And now it just seems like we're on a standstill. It's like we're always fighting. And it's like there's a part of me that just feels that, the love that we once had with each other, like it's not there anymore. I mean, we have no kids. We're living in an apartment, so there's no property or anything like that. Everything we have separate accounts. I like to start off with that. So,
Yeah.
um, we were planning on getting married, but just looking at things now, like I don't know, it seems like we're not on the same page anymore. It just seems to me it's like she recently got a new job, I recently got a new job, and then it's just like we're just going in different directions that now it's like we don't have the time. I work nights, she work days. I mean the mornings and the afternoonish. And we just never see each other. So we kind of lost each other and we don't know like we just don't know each other anymore. So, and it's been going on now for about 6 months now. Being Latino or being Mexican, we don't usually come to therapy, but I felt it was a good way to kind of see if maybe the relationship could be salvaged because I just
Okay.
feel like it hasn't been going anywhere.
Okay. So you felt it seems like you guys are, if I'm hearing you correctly, you guys are a little growing apart, and it may be due to career obligations, as among other issues that you guys may have. Correct?
No, correct. You summarized it just well. And the thing is though, is that, you know, I, I mean, she's been in my life now for about a decade and we've been through ups and downs, but it just
Yeah.
seems like now there's just so much in between us. She loves her job, she's an accountant. I love my job as well. I work in IT, so I do a lot of coding. So for me, it's like we both are at our dream jobs,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, it's just like we're going in different directions. I tried talking to her, but she always tells me, "Oh, it's just you, I still love you." But I don't know, maybe it is me. I just don't feel the same way anymore. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So you think that maybe what you're saying is that your feelings may have changed towards her in some form or fashion.
I, I tend to look at it that maybe they're not at the same wavelength as they once were before. Because I was
Yeah.
totally like I when I first saw her, she had nice bright brown eyes, nice like,
Yeah.
reddish, brownish hair. I mean, just physically, I mean, she's super attractive.
Yeah.
And then just her intellectualism, just the way that she speaks, the way that she's regards herself, her self-esteem. It's I can't compare it to that because it's just she's so sure of herself. And that's one of the reasons why I totally like just fell in love with her. And
Yeah.
and going through there, we both were in college that time and we both were, you know, doing our thing. She was at UCLA. I was going to Cal State Fullerton. So for me, it was great because I had someone there that I can dialogue with.
Yeah.
We did talk about having kids and getting married or getting married first and then having kids.
Yeah.
It also helped out that, both of our family members, we had family members that kind of like know each other, like they're
Yeah.
from the same town in Mexico. So that's pretty awesome. But I mean, it's just, we didn't move in with each other until about a year ago, but it just seems like, we were just happier, I guess, apart because we kind of missed each other.
Yeah.
And now it's like sometimes coming home, I get anxieties. I feel like I don't know what to expect. And it feels like all the time, like I'm just always shaking in my boots, as they say.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like what you're saying is your anxiety is kind of maybe the reason that your relationship is looking a little bleak. Is that the word, if that's the correct word for it, right?
No, I totally think so because I think what happens is maybe I'm overthinking it maybe and for me it's I didn't grow up in the most loving family like my dad he was around but he worked a lot and my mom was a stay-home mom so I never saw my dad. I know they loved each other and they would go out hang out it was as it can be just perfect and flawless but unfortunately you know I've always wanted someone there at home because I always picture, having the mom and the dad or the children or having myself put myself there. And that's what
Yeah.
I want. Like I really would love her to just be at home. Like I want her to be there just someone that I know is always going to be there through thick and thin. And I feel like it's not like that because she's been focused on her job, focused on my job, and it's just all over the place. Like I don't really see her and I miss having her around.
Okay. So I'm wondering what needs to happen so that you guys can be on the same page.
I mean, ideally, I would say she quit her job, but I know
Uh,
that's not going to happen. But I would just say, I mean, we need to come out. I maybe possibly like I was thinking about like maybe spend like just set a time, like schedule a time like on the
yeah.
weekend or maybe you know I don't know when there's like a holiday or we both have time off or
Yeah.
maybe take like a ditch day, use the person that said you heard that from me, but
Yeah.
just things like that just to kind of rekindle. But I don't know. Like, I just find that like what happens if I get rejected or I says, oh no, because there are times where she just not, I wouldn't say dismissive, but just kind of says, oh, don't worry, that's just you. That's just you. I know she loves me and I know she wants the best for me, but I just feel like we're on a standstill right now. And I don't want to lose her because I know I mean, she's been like there for me through thick and thin. I've gone through some things, in life and I feel like I just don't know how to express myself. And that's difficult for me to talk about that.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you saying is that um, you're feeling a little anxiety. You have anxiety because you may have some issues with rejection. So that causes you to have difficulties communicating with her. Is that about right?
I think you nailed it on the point there. I think that's you hit as they say you hit the nail with the head or the head with I don't know how it goes. I'm bad with those kind of things, but I think you're right. I think growing up, I wasn't the most popular kid or once again like my family was great, but I was always like a people pleaser and I always wanted people to just say good things about me or think about me in a good way. And
Yeah,
the feeling of rejection, it really hurt me. And it really, I mean, I could say instances where it did hurt me. And looking back at it, I was always taught to just be, 1,000%, on
yeah,
point or flawless. And I know no one is flawless, but putting that type of like I guess, it's pretty heavy. Like putting that on me, it's a lot. And I just
yeah,
feel like a failure if I don't deliver 1,000%. And when someone rejects me or I feel someone will reject me, I don't put myself in that position, especially someone that I care about, that I love.
yeah. Okay. All right. I believe that, we covered a lot of ground today. We're nearing the end of our session today. I just want to say you shared a lot, and I truly appreciate your willingness to be vulnerable. We talked about anxiety you've been feeling, especially around your girlfriend, and uncertainty about your future with her. We also explored how much of that ties into deeper emotions. Correct?
Agreed.
Okay, you were really honest today, and that takes strength. For the next session, we'll pick up where we left off at. And we
Thank you
can
so
also look
much.
at some grounding techniques if that feels helpful. Thanks again for meeting with me today. Take care until next time. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for this session. It's
Yes,
wonderful.
sir.